I'm Sam Lucarelli, and now I'm in the jaguar-infested jungles of northern Tanzania. This place is harsh and unforgiving.
The crew has just dropped me off and flown away in the helicopter. My mission starts now.
Welcome to Sam's Wild.
Now what I need to do is get a move on because the sun is starting to set. I can tell since the sun is going down in that direction that is west, making that way north, that way east, and that way south. The mountains are to the north and the river is to the south, which is the way I need to head, so I'm gonna go that way. Making my way towards the shore over here. This time of year, the water must be frigid. I can only imagine that it'd be anywhere between 35 and 42 degrees Fahrenheit Celsius combined. Okay, what we have here is a little archipelago that goes between these two little lakes. And the best way for me to get across is to get a running start and try and water glide across with the bottoms of my feet.
You need to watch for predators in these jungles. Be wary of your surroundings, because you never know when a wild bull or any kind of game living in the area may pop out of the jungle and try to bite off your leg.
We're in a height of land right now. It's where the two continents collide and push the land up together. The plates come together and make up what you call a fault line, and it's called the convergent boundary, where the two rocks collide together and force the land up above ground like so.
It is key to always make sure that when heading into the bush, that somebody knows where you are going and when you are planning to come back. If something were to go wrong, such as you getting bit by a jaguar, they will know to alert the proper authorities when you do not return.
I've decided that the safest route would be to try and climb up the trunk of this tree. The vines extend out many feet and will give me some good footholds and armholes to maneuver up onto this cliff. It's going to be very difficult.
22 years ago, a man named Abdul Rahamid Mahmoud Mashid Rahabde Ibn Abdul was walking coffee beans with his goat Abdul through these lands to the local farmer's market, and a lion jumped out of the bush and bit off his arm. He luckily jumped on the goat and got away to safety, but the arm was never found. The lion later was found with his arm and stomach and poached. Its skin hangs on his wall today above his fireplace.
It was a long way up. My forearms are burning, but this view is just marvelous. Judging by the direction of the wind on top of this ridge, and as you can see here, a good wise man named Pat Franco once said that the moss only goes on the north side of the tree. In this case, it's on the south side and the wind is blowing in an easterly direction, indicating I need to head this way to the lowlands to find some water for my parched tongue. Let's go. In these highlands, we're getting closer to the arid environment, and the best way to move downhill is to move really fast. So we need to pick up the pace before the sun goes down. We're getting near the lowlands. Now back 2,000 years ago, when the Algonquin tribe inhabited these lands, there would be dwellings all around us, where there would be slaves, mostly niggers, that would be doing daily work such as baking bread and picking cotton, so that the tribe could have a suitable lifestyle. Now it's getting very thick down here, meaning that there's going to be lots of wildlife such as snakes, wild pigs, and the occasional escaped black convict from the state prison 20 miles upstream. We need to keep our eyes open and move at a steady pace. I'm trying to find the river, and I'm heading downhill in the right direction, but it is just so thick in this tense jungle down here that I'm going to try and climb this tree to get a better sense of where the riverbank might be. I do not suggest trying to climb any type of tree unless you have the proper ropes, carabiners, and saddles, because one wrong slip and you could land on your neck, and out here nobody will be able to hear you scream. Even if you scream like, "Ah! God damn it! Ah!" These thorns are just everywhere, and they are relentless. Ow! Pricker to my balls! Pricker to my balls! Ow! only I had my machete. You're gonna have to try to find an easier way to get up this limb. This is the ancient art of Chinese log walking. Back in the 15th century, when the Chinks were still evolving from primitive primates, they used to cross logs like this to get from place to place where there was no road or bridge to get over such an obstacle. That just shows you how the Chinese people have evolved. Well, I've made my initial descent into the tree, but I can't say that I'm not scathed. And from here, it looks like the river's just a bit that way, which is a good sign. So I'm thirsty! Sampler's wild! I'm about to rappel down this vine. This is very, very dangerous.
The environment in these lands is so ever-changing. The climate in the summer is a rainy season where it rains just about every day and is often hot and humid. At night, the temperature can drop to 32 degrees and frost on the ground. You could die in your sleep.
Yes! Now that we're getting close to the riverbank, this land has all become deep, wet swamp. And there are just cricket bushes everywhere. Both of my testicles were punctured, and they are both leaking seminal fluid. Luckily, I use this root right here. It's called the Kumutsu root. And when you take it right at the end and bite it right here and just rub it on the balls in the puncture spot, good as new. Let's move on. And alas, the Niger River.
Being so far away from civilization just puts you in a totally different mindset. You can't masturbate to pornography, you have to masturbate to animals humping.
Now that we have found the watering source, I have plenty of fresh water to keep me alive. Most people think it's a misconception. You can live for days without food, but without water you'll be dead within hours, especially in these harsh conditions. Since the crew dropped me off in the wilderness, I'm expected to survive 7 days alone. With me, I have my supplies in this bag, and all they have left me this time is some brisk iced tea and the satchel. That is all I have to survive for 7 days, besides what is natural in the elements. You can tell by the amount of wildlife in this area that there are plenty of predators big enough to swallow me whole. As you can see here, a perfect example of a game trail, indicating a large Caucasaurus leading right up to the water's edge. I would not sleep without a fire going if I were you. Okay, the situation is, we have a large female bird over there landed on the water. I haven't eaten in days. Now's my chance to make some real food.
Hunting wild geese is a real challenge. Often, you have to get them when they are molting, which is when their feathers fall off at one time of the year around the spring.
There she is.
They cannot fly, and the best defense mechanism is to get down on the ground and stick the neck straight out, which is when you can make your attack.
God damn it! God damn it! Why? Why? As night begins to fall, I find myself in a bit of a dilemma considering that I spent too much time horsing around in the water and not enough time preparing for a campsite. What you have here is some logs that were put here by the debris of the river when it was at a higher level, and it is a perfect shelter from the wind. As day one comes to a close, I feel very excited to be back in the wilderness, although I am starting to feel a little bit alone. Luckily, I brought both hands with me. Fitful sleep ahead of me, I can feel it.